Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that feels like it has been ripped straight from a blockbuster movie. It's a powerful tale about betrayal, the sting of humiliation, and the sweetest, most unexpected revenge. It proves that life has a funny way of balancing the scales, often when we least expect it. This is the story of how a person who was once looked down upon as a poor maid rose to become the billionaire boss of the very man who mocked her. Let's rewind the clock about 10 years. Our story begins in a grand, sprawling mansion, the kind you see in magazines owned by a wealthy, influential family. Here, a young woman named Elena worked as a maid. She was diligent, quiet, and hardworking, her days filled with endless chores, from dusting ornate furniture to scrubbing marble floors. Elena wasn't just working for a paycheck, she was chasing a dream. Every penny she saved was a step closer to her goal of getting a university education and building a better life for herself and her family back home. She worked with her head down, her spirit fueled by hope and quiet determination. In this same mansion lived a young man named Julian. He was the family's only son, arrogant, entitled, and accustomed to a life of luxury where everything was handed to him on a silver platter. He saw the staff, including Elena, as little more than background characters in his privileged life. To him, they were invisible, disposable. But for some reason, he singled Elena out. Perhaps it was her quiet dignity, or the way she never seemed broken by his condescending remarks. He took a cruel kind of pleasure in reminding her of her place. I remember one particularly painful incident she shared. Julian was hosting a party for his affluent friends. He deliberately spilled a glass of expensive red wine on a pristine white rug, then called for Elena in front of everyone. "Clean this up," he commanded, a smug grin on his face as his friends snickered. As she knelt to clean the stain, her face burning with humiliation, he leaned in and whispered, "This is all you'll ever be good for. Some people are just born to serve." Those words, laced with such casual cruelty, cut deeper than any physical blow. It wasn't just an insult, it was a judgment, a declaration that her dreams were worthless. In that moment, something inside Elena shifted. The humiliation didn't break her, it forged her. She looked up, met his cold eyes for a fraction of a second, and a silent promise was made. Not a promise of revenge, but a promise to herself that she would prove him wrong. That night was a turning point. Elena worked with even more fierce determination. She took on extra shifts, saved every cent, and spent her few precious free hours buried in books, studying for her entrance exams. The condescending looks and Julian's taunts became the fuel for her fire. While he was out spending his father's money, she was investing in herself, building an empire of knowledge one late night at a time. It was a lonely, exhausting journey. But the memory of that humiliation was a constant reminder of what she was fighting for. She wasn't just aiming to escape her circumstances, she was aiming to conquer them. Finally, the day came when she had saved enough. With a small, worn suitcase and a heart full of both fear and hope, Elena left the mansion behind. She said her goodbyes and walked out the gate, never looking back. She enrolled in a top business school, and it was like a whole new world opened up. She was a natural. Her work ethic, honed by years of tireless labor, made her stand out. She absorbed information like a sponge, her mind sharp and her ambition boundless. While her classmates were focused on theories, Elena's understanding of hard work and perseverance gave her a unique, practical edge. She graduated at the top of her class, her name adorned with honors. After graduation, Elena didn't just look for a job, she looked for an opportunity. She started with a small tech startup, pouring the same energy into it that she had poured into her studies. She had an incredible intuition for market trends and a fearless approach to innovation. Her ideas were bold, her execution flawless. Within a few short years, her small startup began to make waves. Growing into a major player in the tech industry, she was no longer Elena the maid. She was Elena, the visionary CEO, a self-made woman who had built an empire from the ground up. Her company became a symbol of innovation and success, and she a billionaire respected throughout the business world. Now, let's switch back to Julian. Life had been, for the most part, exactly as he expected it. He inherited a significant role in his father's company, coasting on his family's name and connections. He was successful, at least on the surface. He had the fancy car, the corner office, the power he always felt entitled to. He had long forgotten the quiet maid he used to mock. She was a footnote in his life, a memory so insignificant it had been completely erased. He recently secured what he believed was a major career move, a high-level executive position at a rapidly expanding, cutting-edge tech conglomerate that had recently acquired his division. He was proud, arrogant as ever, and ready to assume his powerful new role. The big day arrived. Julian, dressed in his finest suit, walked into the company's magnificent headquarters. The building itself was a testament to success, a gleaming tower of glass and steel. He was directed to the top floor, to the main office, to meet the CEO. He swaggered into the opulent office, a confident smile on his face, ready to impress his new boss. But as he stepped inside, the smile froze on his lips. The world seemed to tilt on its axis. There, sitting behind the massive mahogany desk, in the leather chair of power, was a woman. She looked up, her expression calm and composed. It was Elena. She was different, of course, dressed in a tailored power suit, her demeanor radiating confidence and authority, but her eyes were the same. They held the same quiet strength he remembered, but now they were backed by an undeniable power that filled the entire room. The silence was deafening. Julian's mind raced, trying to process the impossible reality in front of him. The poor maid, the girl he treated like dirt, the CEO, his boss. It couldn't be. All the color drained from his face. He stood there frozen, his world collapsing around him. Elena let the silence hang in the air for a moment longer, allowing the full weight of the situation to land on him. Then she spoke. Her voice was steady, calm, and utterly devoid of the malice he had once shown her. She didn't need to shout or gloat. Her success was the ultimate statement. "Julian," she said, her voice echoing in the silent room. "It's been a long time." She gestured to the chair opposite her desk. "Please, have a seat. We have a lot to discuss about your new role and your performance expectations." In that moment, Julian wasn't a powerful executive. He was just a man facing the ghost of his own cruelty. He saw the person he had tried to crush, now holding his entire career in her hands. The humiliation he felt was 1,000 times more potent than what he had inflicted on her all those years ago, because this time, it was earned. Elena didn't fire him. That would have been too easy, too simple. Instead, she became his boss. She treated him with professional courtesy, but held him to the highest standards. Every day, he had to report to her, present his work to her, and answer to her authority. Every meeting, every performance review was a quiet, powerful reminder of how the tables had turned. It was the ultimate, most poetic form of justice. He was forced to witness, day in and day out, the success of the woman he believed was born to serve. He was now serving her vision, her company, her dream. This story is a stunning reminder that you should never, ever underestimate anyone. The positions we hold in life are temporary, but character, dignity, and ambition are forever. Elena's journey shows us that the greatest revenge isn't about sinking to someone else's level. It's about rising so high that they can no longer reach you. Her success wasn't about him, it was about her. But in the process, she served him the coldest, most satisfying dish of revenge imaginable. What do you guys think of this incredible story? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this as inspiring as I did, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next story. Thanks for watching, and remember, be kind, work hard, and never let anyone tell you what you're worth. See you in the next one.